Welcome to this wet fish film odyssey. We are diving England's well-known dive site, Vobster Quay in Mells, Somerset. Through the winter months, when diving in the sea is just not possible due to poor weather and even poorer underwater visibility, or should I say we, like to keep in training. So we dive usually once a month in an inland site, usually midweek to avoid all the crowds at weekends. Today we have no specific goals. However, I am trying a couple of new techniques, equipment settings on the camera and a new torch. My old torch has finally given up. Vobster is one of England's premier inland diving sites. Midweek it offers incredible visibility with a number of underwater attractions that are great for exploration, practicing skills and advancing and maintaining your capability. Just to let you know, I don't work for Vobster and they aren't paying for me to make these statements or make this video. Wildlife above the water in Somerset is exactly as you'd expect it to be, profuse. Below the water there are a limited number of fish species, perch, bream and some roach. No major predators such as pike, although to be fair, a perch is quite a major predator and part of the pike family. There are freshwater crayfish, zebra mussels, which are an invasive species. In winter, fish are generally hibernating in the wrecks, or at least not very active. Vobster, a road gritstone quarry, has quite dramatic underwater landscapes. As you can see in this video, many of the features that made it a quarry remain. Many of the attractions are placed to give interest and variety to us divers. Just to my right is the quarry railway line, which as you'll see shortly went through a tunnel which was used to take gritstone from the crushing works to waiting trucks to be used on our roads. If it moves, they will eat it. You disturb it and they're in like a shot. They've got used to divers and follow you everywhere, looking for that free meal. The whole wall is covered in zebra mussels, apart from the odd freshwater sponge here and there. Into the crushing works tunnel. It's only about 75 metres long, not for the faint-hearted. There is no airspace above. You need a backup air supply just in case. Take it carefully and slowly, and it's a very different aspect of diving. As you can see, Marion is off in the distance behind me, following on. You may have noticed the white rope. It leads from one end to the other. It's there for your safety and to make it easy so you can find the exits. The old crushing works to my right and off in the background. From here on in, the underwater landscape just gets very dramatic. It's a little like walking along a cliff, but instead of being on a path, you're out in mid-air, getting a very different view and aspect of the vast landscape underwater. You may remember I mentioned a new torch. Here I am trying it out and it seems pretty good. We're in about 20 metres of water and below us is about another 5 or 6 metres to quite a muddy bottom. All of that said, it's stunningly beautiful and the scenery is just spectacular. We have slowly worked our way around the underwater cliff edge to the plateau where the plane sits, where we will explore some of the man-made sites. Now we are at a little deeper than 12 metres. See the plane's cockpit to my right, just over my shoulder, in the clear vis. It's around 15 metres visibility. You may have noticed we're trying very hard not to stir up the visibility for other divers, just taking it steady and easy going. whole trailer is absolutely covered in zebra mussels everywhere, even underneath. Zebra mussels all feeding in the clear water. You can see their little trumpet sucking water and filtering out anything that is edible. And here you can see what's left of a bit of freshwater sponge. We are moving off to an area not shown on the map of Vobster. It's a site set up by the National Archaeological Society for underwater archaeology training, a fake boat wreck and other items on sunken pallets to allow trainees to measure, draw and record, learning the techniques they will need out at sea and elsewhere to study and make new discoveries before they disappear to nothing or are covered up, never to be seen again. We're about halfway through the dive now, and shortly we'll be turning round and heading back. It won't be long before the aircraft comes into view. If you come and dive here in winter, this is where you'll see fish hiding inside. Not so many around today, but there is always one or two, either just on the outskirts or just underneath the wreck. You do have to wonder what this aircraft was used for. These look like racks for computers and equipment, although from the outside it looks massive. Inside it's only wide enough for a diver, with lots of things to snag your equipment on. Should you dive it, please be very careful. Time to head back, and a very familiar sight comes into focus, quite literally a Ford Focus, an old red one. These days there's not an awful lot of it left. It's starting to deteriorate quite quickly from when I first dived it 20 odd years ago. It's hard to hear at the moment, but I can hear the buzzing from an ROV manoeuvring nearby. I can't quite see it yet, but in a few moments I will. It's in the entrance tunnel where we first moved in, and it's just starting to come out. You will literally see the cable and then the ROV with the light on the end of it. Quite often these days in Vobster, you will see companies training people to operate these ROVs. They're quite interesting from a diving point of view, but I'd much rather be diving than just observing things on the end of a TV screen. Little we're starting our controlled ascent. We're on the railway line that goes up to the surface. In another few minutes we'll actually be doing our safety and decompression stops. Here we are now at 6 metres, just checking our gauges, the start of our safety stops. No decompression penalty so we'll be here for around 3 to 5 minutes, depending on who dived the deepest. We wait for each other, so once we're cleared, we just sit and wait, and we signal we're finished by crossing our hands, but doing it so the other person can see it. And once this is finished, we then go back to the surface together. As you can see, we're not alone. There's another pair of divers off in the background there doing exactly the same thing, but doing it at mid-water. Marion just signals me she's clear of her safety stops. I reply with an OK, and off we go to the surface. To my mind, the biggest part of what we call the buddy system is helping each other in the water and especially out of the water at the end of the dive. Fins and other equipment are never easy to get off on your own. This was a wet fish film odyssey with thanks to Vobster Quay and my buddy Marion Woodville. Music by Dan Hennig and Scuba. I'm Tony Howells, filmmaker. I hope you've enjoyed watching this film as much as I did making it, and I hope you want to protect our home, this planet, as much as I do.